Good morning, you wonderful beings of light, you radiant balls of energy. So let's come into our space by sitting up in that proud position with our back straight and your feet on the floor, allowing your eyes to close. Let's take some centering breaths, breathing in slowly to the count of 4, expanding your belly like a balloon in there, holding it for just a couple seconds, and then slowly exhaling longer through your mouth, trying to get to 6 seconds. And take some more centering breaths again. Holding it, and then exhaling longer. And let's do that last centering breath, just allowing yourself to come into the space physically. Calling back all those parts of your emotional and mental aspect of the morning. All the projection of what we need to get done today. So let's just come into this space and begin to breathe through our nose with ease. And slowly breathing in naturally, organically, without thinking about it. Feeling our chair on the bottom, having our hands on our lap, noticing where your hands are in contact with your lap. Just noticing the air through your nose. I just notice your breathing, maybe the rise and fall of your chest, maybe the rise and fall of your belly. Just notice where you're at. Bringing in your anchoring words if you need them. I'm breathing in. I'm breathing out. Simple but powerful. Noticing any thoughts that come into your awareness, acknowledging them, and letting them float by like a cloud, returning to the breath. Labeling any body sensations that emerge, such as itching, and then return to the breath. Thinking, return to the breath. Always returning to the power of the breath to give you that peace from the monkey mind. can't stop the monkey mind, but you can choose to follow your breath for a minute, 2 minutes. Notice the stillness of your body, calmness, the peace you feel. And when you're ready, you put that smile on your face, just a little slight smile. And then allow your eyes to open when you're ready. Taking a deep breath in. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Woohoo! We're on day 19. Yes, yes. Give it up for day 19. Today, I'm just going to give you a little insight to my weekend. Because we're all on that journey. We're all on that journey, whether we sit for 20 minutes, once a day, twice a day, whether we sit for 2 minutes a day, whether we noticed yesterday the washing of the dishes, or we were just really mindful of anything that happened, maybe even aware of just our thoughts. I mean, little tiny steps bring you into this awakening. So I wanted to share with you, I'm always one of these people that just want to check things out. And so this weekend I had come across an opportunity to take a class, and that class was a breathing class. And I thought, okay, I didn't know this was a thing that you could actually take a class and breathe. And it was a Friday night, Saturday, Sunday for a couple hours. And I want to share this with you because I want you to know that this road that you guys are on and the path that we're all on in this journey of life, we're not alone. Okay. And I just was really taken back over the folks that had showed up to this. And I wanted to share that with you. Some of the people that showed up to this class, I would say there was probably about 40 of them, and 90% of them married with a family, full-time job, part-time going to school. So very, very, very busy people. There were businessmen, there were office workers, there were professors at university taking this class because they needed to, not so much they wanted to, because they needed it to. Retired folks, all right. Here's the one that I know they're not supposed to have any judgment, but it just makes you step back and go, aha. Mental health workers, not for their clients, for themselves. These are folks that work with veterans from PTSD, folks that have some severe mental health issues. Now, that's not a negative connotation. We all are on this journey of mental health. And I think there's the stigma associated with that. But these are folks that just have zero tools in order to handle what's going on in their mind. So I share that with you because you guys are taking responsibility for your mental health, of getting these tools. You've been collecting some along the way, but coming every day or coming to our mindful meeting is just enhancing what you're already doing. So that one kind of blew me away, and I had to be mindful of my judgments. It wasn't like good or bad. It was just like, wow, that's interesting. Looking at it with curiosity. So that's something that I've been working on, is curiosity. This one just blew me off the charts. Like, it was like, shut the front door, okay? Physicians, doctors were showing up to this. I would say there was at least 3 doctors that were in this class. And then they would have these breakout rooms, and I got the opportunity to hear some stories. And specifically, I was in the room with a businessman and a physician. I thought, oh, the universe is great, man. This is great stuff I get to share. So the businessman, basically, he went to the doctor because he just wasn't feeling well. It was already on a couple medicines, all right, for anxiety, a little bit depression, and he just wasn't feeling well. So he went to the doctor, and the doctor essentially looked at him and said, we're going to do a couple tests. And one of the tests was a cortisol test. Me, I did not know that they have this. So I'd be interested to go to the doctor and say, hey, can we check out my cortisol? And the test came back, and the doctor told him that his cortisol levels were off the charts. So, of course, the businessman, knowing he wants to get on with life, says, okay, well, I could pick up my prescription on the way home. And the doctor looked at him with all seriousness and said, there is nothing I can do to help. There's nothing I can prescribe for this. But he said, I can prescribe something, and that is a breathing class. And this businessman was like, what are you, no way. And when the businessman realized that the doctor was not kidding around, like, this is my suggestion for you. This is you're already on all these other different medications. There's nothing I can do. So you're going to try this. So the businessman, that's why he was there. And I just found that very, very interesting. And then essentially the same thing with the doctor. It was a woman physician. Same thing. She was a little skeptical with this whole breathing class that we were in, but she just said there was nothing. She knew there was nothing that could help her with it. So she had heard through this breathing class through some friends. So I share that with you because this is what's coming. This is what's always been there. We're just getting to the point where we're sick and tired of being sick and tired. And so that's what brings us here on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's what, puts us on that quest of finding things and finding peace. Even if it's that 2 minutes of just sitting like, oh yes, I got a minute or two of feeling that peace. So the breathing class was a very powerful moment for me. It made me really realize what was going on. Now, there are a lot of writing on this next slide, but at the top is where I documented the information of what I'm going to share with you. But essentially, the doctors that this guy talked to, the businessman, just talked about this chronic stress. And so, of course, I got interested and started looking up some information. But it's a saliva test. It's a simple saliva test just to measure the cortisol in your system. But basically, they suggest, according to this article, that there are simple ways that you can manage your stress, okay? And basically, we're already there. It's the things we already know. Simple, easy. Let's quit making it complicated, all right? It's getting enough sleep, getting meditating / your quiet time, deep breathing, which is why I took that class, just trying to find stuff out, and then your leisure activities, all right? So basically, by getting quiet within you, you start to feel that peace, which is going to spill over to your sleep because you're learning how to let the thoughts go. You're never going to completely let them go, but you're going to practice letting them go, knowing you can pick them up at any time. So I think you guys know that I'm a big Matrix fan. I've always been a fan of the Matrix of the movie. And so what I'm going to show you is just a symbol. I'm not suggesting that you go out and take a blue pill or a red pill. But essentially what happens is the blue pill is something that keeps you in this dream state that we've talked about, okay? You're just, you're living in your mind. Neo ends up taking the red pill, which awakens him, and he starts to see reality outside of his mind. And then there's a place in there where one of the characters says, he took the red pill also. He goes, why, oh, why didn't I take the blue pill? He liked living. He didn't want to see reality the way it was, all right? But reality is living in the now, and it's feeling and not living in this fantasy world of the blue pill. So now, I've planted your seed. So anytime you see red, okay, you're going to be thinking, I'm going to wake up. I'm going to wake up. I'm going to feel where I'm at. Okay. And, I always remember, I'm a big movie person, apparently. I always remember like G.I. Jane, she's like, the pain. If you're feeling the pain, at least you're alive still. I don't want to live in that fantasy of trauma all over and over again. So with that, as we're finishing up here, it's red, wake up. We're going to do a mindful dance, okay? And I encourage you to do your best, all right? So keep your fingers crossed that it doesn't jump up at you and glitch. Now, I apologize if you're not a disco fan, but I did the best I can to find a fun song. So let's go, people. Let's get up and dance, all right? Have a seat. Okay. So really, when you are in that moment, were you thinking about stress? No, okay? It was in that moment. I'm loving Gabe's smile there. So anyway, I wanted you to feel what it was like to give it that 100%, right? Totally give it that 100%. And then, let me see here. I'm out of breath. I lost my little slide there. So as we're finishing our last couple days for our 21-day challenge, take a deep breath in, Deb. Yes, bringing me back to the now. Let's be on the right slide now. Okay, so all right. We're almost there. I just don't want to forget any goodies here. Our breathing class, mindful dance. Okay. So I love the part he says in the song, put the boom, boom into your heart. Put the boom, boom into your heart. All right. Mindfulness will bring you more peace, more joy, more love. Okay. The feeling way from our heart to yours. Yeah, there's so Monday, we will be sharing your experiences, your ideas of your thoughts. We encourage you to share. I'm going to invite the whole school so they could start to maybe pique their interest a little bit on how we've shifted and changed. If you don't feel comfortable sharing, just send me an email and I'll share it out. And then during that time, you could tell us something about yourself so nobody knows. Where you're at or what you're doing. But I think it's important that people learn from our experiences. So again, encourage people to come. And I appreciate you wanting to be a, childlike experience and be silly. That's the thing that brings us into the moment. So I'm just so grateful that you allow me to be me with my little, we've been talking about the white rabbit, so I put my little bunny ears on today. And just, I thank you all. And so, peace be with you. That's peace. Just feel that peace. And remember, the light in me sees the light in you. Go out and see those light in your kids and your family and everybody.